I get 2 birria tacos.
Tacos aren't just for Tuesdays anymore.
There's nothing like a good old taco.
In fact, Mexican food overall is quickly becoming the most preferred food in the country as more people reach for a bowl of chips and guac over spaghetti and meatballs.
Italian food is great, but Mexican food is just like top notch.
What is it about Mexican food?
I think it's the consistency and also like the meat, how they prepare it with the spices. That's what I really like about it.
A 2022 study by Data Essential says cravings are changing by generation. Boomers and Gen X overwhelmingly prefer Italian food, with Chinese food in second place. But for millennials and Gen Z, the savory, spicy cuisine from south of the border is number one.
We asked consumers, what's your favorite cuisine? We started to notice this change.
Mike Castro is one of the people behind the study.
What do you attribute those changes to?
It's just the changing demographics of the country as a whole, both who's, in the country and also, who we're friends with, who our neighbors are.
It's a trend that's been building for decades, with salsa outselling ketchup and tortilla chips outselling potato chips in the United States, where currently the Hispanic population makes up the largest racial or ethnic minority in the country, with more than 62 million people. And the variety of Mexican and Latin flavors inspiring new restaurants like Calisa in New York City.
What I would say about Mexican food, I don't think you can point to that many other types of cuisine that are genuinely fun.
Owner Josh Leibowitz is admittedly not Mexican.
I'm from Brooklyn. I know bagels. I know pizza.
But wanted to make the space feel as authentic as possible, developing an intricate menu right from the source.
I wanted someone who didn't just work in a Mexican kitchen or studied the culture. I wanted someone who literally grew up in it.
Culinary director Daniel Mendoza hails from Mexico City.
Lo que me ha sentido orgulloso no es la comida, sino nuestra cultura y nuestra música. Nuestra música, nuestra cultura y la comida hace la mejor experiencia, yo creo que, del mundo.
Besides the food, it's what's behind the bar that's also creating a buzz. Serving up another growing favorite, tequila. The mainstay on every Mexican menu, poured out as that classic concoction, the margarita. One study says tequila will soon surpass vodka as the #1 selling spirit in the country, while margaritas are the most popular cocktail. Whether it's a delicious drink or a tasty dish, authenticity is the main ingredient, found in a restaurant or in the back of a taco truck.
And everything is really popular because it's delicious.
As consumers look to expand the kind of Mexican food they're trying out.
So now there's a lot more interest in, I'd like to go to a Oaxacan restaurant. I'd like to go to a Yucatecan restaurant where chefs working within those, particular regions.
You can see, and usually people say every night to us, like, oh, that's amazing, that's delicious. That makes us really happy.
All right, Valerie Castro joins us now in studio. I'm also a big fan of mezcal. But here's the thing, pizza, it's just so easy to make and so cheap, and it's so easy to deliver. It's going to be hard for Mexican food to overtake that, but it's happening, right, little by little.
Right, and pizza is not going anywhere. Don't be fooled. It is still the #1 delivery food item, and Italian food is still the most popular cuisine overall. Americans, according to the study, 82% of them prefer Italian food, but it's when you break it down by generation that you start to see those shifts.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.